What if I told you monsters were real? Not the ones in horror movies, but ones that actually ruled the earth. Creatures with teeth like daggers, claws longer than swords, and the power to crush bones like twigs. These weren't just giant lizards. They were nature's most terrifying creations. Welcome to the Mind Metrics, where today we're digging up 30 astonishing facts that prove dinosaurs were real monsters. From sky-splitting roars to underwater hunters, straight out of nightmares. Get ready because the truth about dinosaurs is way more insane than fiction. Let's dive in. Fact: one T-Rex had a bite force strong enough to crush a car. The Tyrannosaurus Rex had one of the most powerful bite forces in the animal kingdom, up to 12,800 pounds per square inch. That's stronger than a saltwater crocodile, a lion, or even a great white shark. Its teeth were nearly a foot long and serrated like steak knives, perfect for slicing through muscle and bone. It didn't just kill, it demolished. Fact 2. Spinosaurus could swim and hunted like a crocodile. Unlike most land-dwelling predators, Spinosaurus was a semi-aquatic dinosaur. At nearly 50 feet long, it's one of the largest carnivores ever discovered. With a crocodile-like snout filled with conical teeth, it hunted giant fish in prehistoric rivers. Fossil evidence even shows dense bones and paddle-like limbs, adaptations for life in the water. Fact 3. Velociraptors were fast, intelligent, and armed with switchblade claws. Don't be fooled by their size. Real velociraptors were about the size of a turkey, but they hunted in packs and had a curved, retractable claw on each foot that could slice through flesh like a razor. They were also likely covered in feathers and had large brains for their body size, suggesting high intelligence and complex behavior. Fact 4. Argentinosaurus was as long as 4 school buses. This plant eater was no gentle giant. It was a moving mountain. Argentinosaurus stretched up to 100 feet long and weighed over 100 tons, making it one of the heaviest creatures to ever walk the earth. Imagine a dinosaur so massive it could crush trees just by brushing against them. Fact 5. Carnotaurus had horns and tiny, useless arms. Carnotaurus looked like something out of a horror movie. It had sharp teeth, forward-facing eyes for depth perception, and thick, bull-like horns on its skull, possibly used in headbutting battles. But its arms were even shorter than T-Rex's and completely useless, giving it a bizarre and terrifying appearance. Fact 6. Therizinosaurus had 3-foot-long claws. Therizinosaurus was over 30 feet long and had enormous claws, each one over 3 feet long, the largest claws ever found on any animal. While it may have been herbivorous, these claws could still disembowel a predator or rival if threatened. It was a walking scythe. Fact 7. Utahraptor was the real monster raptor. Forget Jurassic Park's velociraptors. Utahraptor was the real deal. It was nearly 20 feet long, weighed over 1,000 pounds, and had 9-inch claws designed for slashing prey. It hunted in packs and likely ambushed its victims like wolves with knives. Fact 8. Some dinosaurs had armor like tanks. Ankylosaurs were the prehistoric tanks of the dinosaur world. They had bony plates all over their bodies and even a massive club at the end of their tails. This club could shatter bones and possibly fend off a T-Rex. They weren't predators, but they were brutal survivors. Fact 9. Quetzalcoatlus was a flying nightmare with a 40-foot wingspan. While not a dinosaur technically, this pterosaur lived alongside them and deserves a mention. It was as tall as a giraffe and could fly. Its wingspan rivaled that of a small airplane, and it could likely swoop down to snatch prey from the ground. Imagine a flying predator the size of a bus. Fact 10th. Troodon was one of the smartest dinosaurs. Troodon had a brain size relative to its body that rivaled modern birds and even some mammals. It had keen eyesight, possibly night vision, and the intelligence to use pack tactics. If dinosaurs hadn't gone extinct, some scientists believe Troodon could have evolved into something humanoid. Fact 11. Giganotosaurus was even bigger than T-Rex. Giganotosaurus was a massive predator from South America that grew longer than T-Rex, up to 43 feet. Though slightly lighter, it had a massive skull, and long serrated teeth, meant for slicing through prey like a buzzsaw. Fact 12th. Deinosuchus was a crocodile that ate dinosaurs. Deinosuchus, a prehistoric crocodilian, grew up to 35 feet long and had a bite powerful enough to crush dinosaur bones. Fossil evidence suggests it hunted dinosaurs that came too close to water's edge. It was an ancient river monster. Fact 13. Some dinosaurs had bone-crushing tails. The tail of a diplodocid, like Diplodocus, could whip at over 700 miles per hour, breaking the sound barrier. That's faster than a jet at takeoff. It could be used as a sonic weapon to stun predators or communicate. Fact 14. The Allosaurus used its jaws like a hatchet. Allosaurus didn't bite and hold like T-Rex. It used its jaws like a meat cleaver. It would open wide, bite down hard, then pull its head backward violently to tear off flesh. This hatchet technique was brutal and effective. Fact 15. Some dinosaurs laid eggs as big as basketballs. Sauropod eggs could be over a foot in diameter. Entire nests have been found fossilized with dozens of eggs, showing these giants reproduced in mass quantities, possibly to ensure at least a few would survive predators. Fact 16. Dinosaurs fought each other constantly. Fossil records show healed bite marks, broken bones, and massive wounds, all signs of combat. From T-Rex skulls with tooth holes to ceratopsians with cracked frills, it was a constant battle for dominance and survival. Fact 17. Some dinosaurs could run over 40 miles per hour. The ornithomimids, ostrich-like dinosaurs, were among the fastest, possibly reaching speeds of 40 to 50 miles per hour. Their long legs and lightweight builds made them superb runners, capable of outrunning most predators. Fact 18. Many dinosaurs had razor-sharp beaks. Like the horned Triceratops, many plant-eating dinosaurs had powerful beaks that could slice through thick vegetation or bite back at predators. Think of them as living lawnmowers with attitude. Fact 19. Sauroposeidon was as tall as a 6-story building. Standing over 60 feet tall, Sauroposeidon was one of the tallest dinosaurs ever discovered. Its neck alone was longer than a school bus. Imagine a skyscraper with a face that could look in your window. Fact 20. Dinosaurs lived on every continent, including Antarctica. Fossils have been found on every single continent, even Antarctica. During the Mesozoic era, the climate was much warmer, allowing dinosaurs to roam polar regions that are now covered in ice. Fact 21. Some had tails covered in spikes called a thagomizer. The Stegosaurus is famous for its thagomizer, a cluster of spikes on its tail. These could be swung with devastating force, and fossil evidence shows they were used in combat, even impaling predators. Fact 22. Dinosaurs used feathers, sometimes for intimidation. Feathers weren't just for flying. Many carnivorous dinosaurs had brightly colored feathers used for display or intimidation. These feathers might have helped them attract mates or warned enemies to back off. Fact 23. Cryolophosaurus was a crested predator from the Antarctic. Nicknamed the Elvisaurus for its funky head crest, Cryolophosaurus was a 20-foot predator that lived in what is now Antarctica. Despite the cold, it thrived thanks to a warm prehistoric climate. Fact 24th. Majungasaurus may have been a cannibal. Fossils of Majungasaurus show bite marks from other Majungasaurus. Scientists believe it may have regularly engaged in cannibalism, making it one of the few dinosaurs with solid evidence of eating its own kind. Fact 25. Dinosaurs could live for decades, sometimes over 100 years. Large sauropods may have lived for over a century. Scientists estimate growth rings in bones, much like trees, indicate extremely long lifespans. These giants were not just big, they were old. Fact 26. Some had excellent night vision for nocturnal hunting. Studies of the eye socket shapes and scleral rings in some dinosaurs, like Troodon, suggest they were adapted to see in the dark. That means some of the deadliest predators stalked at night. Fact 27. Dinosaurs communicated with low-frequency sounds. Dinosaurs may have used infrasonic sounds, too low for humans to hear, to communicate across long distances. These vibrations could travel through the ground, signaling danger or territory claims. Fact 28. Some herbivores had more teeth than sharks. Hadrosaurs, or duck-billed dinosaurs, had up to 900 teeth arranged in stacked rows, constantly replaced as they wore down. They could chew tough plants more efficiently than any modern reptile. Fact 29. Dinosaurs survived mass extinction events until one finally ended them. Dinosaurs survived multiple extinction events over millions of years. But the final blow came 66 million years ago when a 6-mile-wide asteroid struck Earth, causing a global catastrophe. It wasn't weakness, it was a freak event. Fact 30. Birds are living dinosaurs. That's right. Birds are the direct descendants of theropod dinosaurs. Every time you see a pigeon, a hawk, or even a chicken, you're looking at the legacy of the monsters that once ruled the planet. So now you know, dinosaurs weren't just fossils in the dirt. They were living, breathing monsters that ruled the planet with unimaginable power. From bone-shattering bites to claws that could rip through steel, these ancient beasts were more terrifying than anything Hollywood could dream up. If this blew your mind, don't forget to like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell so you never miss a single mind-bending episode. This is the Mind Metrics, where curiosity never goes extinct. Until next time. Remember, monsters were real, and always stay curious.